And welcome back, folks. It's been a long summer, but we are finally here on the site of the second BWF winter season, just about to get things kicked off with our general manager out to the ring right now.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second season of the BWF winter season. My name, of course, if you do not recognize me from our first show, is Swedish Sven, and I am the general manager / owner of the BWF, Backyard Wrestling Federation. Last season, we ended off in controversy, as our last match took place between the Fox and the Unknown in the first ever BWF's winter season cage match, which was basically over the fence. And in that match, the Fox and the Unknown both landed on the other side of the fence at the exact same time, or so it appeared. But, as board of directors, we, over the summer, reviewed the tapes, and in fact, the BWF Winter Season Champion heading into Season 2 will be the Fox!
Well, this is certainly surprising news. Perhaps the board of governors had a bit of a different look at it, but this is actually not the Fox, folks. This is the Unknown. That is not the champion, and I do have no idea why he is out here right now, but I'm sure that we're going to get an explanation.
Right. The Fox?
The Fox.
As the owner, shouldn't you know the truth about the Fox? The Fox in the wintertime, he hibernates.
Oh dear.
The Fox is sleeping. How can a champion sleep through the season? So the only fair thing I can see, being the only other wrestler we have in this crappy business that you own, is hand the Winter BWF Championship to me, the Unknown.
Well, this is simply surprising news to me. Since when do foxes hibernate?
Well, I'm pretty sure in the last season, you mentioned that the Fox hibernated.
It's pretty common knowledge.
He's sleeping.
This is true. This is true.
Definitely poses a big
I
problem.
don't know what to do, I guess
the only thing to do is give me the title.
Wait a second!
No.
Let's-
Just give me the title.
Wait a second, because the Swede has an idea!
Oh, the ideas.
The ideas! What I was gonna say
It's
before
tonight.
you interrupted me is that the BWF Winter Season Championship will be therefore confiscated.
Confiscated?
Confiscated!
What the hell?
Oh, look at this. It appears that we do have more than one wrestler in the back. You can never really take the Unknown at his word anyways, but it is the Canadian Coral, who makes his return back here to the BWF winter season.
Alright, come on, music. I'm gonna start. Alright, you want it to be confiscated? That's not fair! I was in Quebec for that match between the Fox and the Unknown. I didn't have my fair shot at the title.
Why would you go to Quebec?
Why would you go to Quebec?
It
Exactly.
has culture!
I think he is wanting to leave our federation.
You gave me,
I came to you,
and I had 10 vacation days, and I decided to use them. That is true. He did have 10
He
vacation
did
days.
have 10.
I have
What
my
about
right. I have my
Thanksgiving?
right.
Thanksgiving.
Yes, you took off for Thanksgiving. I remember that.
There wasn't
With
still
the turkey,
Thanksgiving.
the big turkey. I remember
The big turkey was there.
That was not 10 days. And the leg of chicken. I didn't have any chicken.
That was me.
Right, because he had chicken and you had turkey.
Right.
But the point is that the BWF Championship has always been on the line here in the BWF winter season.
That's true.
Every time. So seeing as how both of you want the BWF Championship.
I would like it also.
And seeing as how the BWF Championship has been confiscated.
Confiscated.
Who took it?
I am I thought
You said confiscate. Confiscate could be by the police.
I confiscated it.
Why would you confiscate
Are we
it?
Because I'm Swedish Sven, and I can do whatever I want. Now the point is that today, the BWF Championship, in the first episode of the second season, will be on the line between not only you two, but anyone who is in the back tonight.
That's impossible.
It seriously is.
Impossible.
Well, that's too bad, because if you don't like it, then you can suck my Swedish meatball!
What?
Man, suck it!
Okay. Now, since he's gone, I have a proposition.
What is your proposition?
If no one is in the back tonight, I will challenge you to a one-on-one match for the BWF Winter Championship, but not a normal match, a hat versus hat match.
What?
If you're the first wrestler to take off the opponent's hat, will be victorious.
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 You know what? The unknown. If that.
Oh my word!
Well, he meant to say he accepted. Well,
Well, it surely appears that you guys are in for a real treat here tonight, as there we bring up the graphic, and yes, you do see it, the first ever hat match coming up, and it is going to be for the title, and I can tell you folks at home, we've done a little bit of research into this one. This will be the first time that anyone has ever fought in a hat match. And I think that probably has something to do with other wrestling leagues probably thinking it's a bit of a stupid idea. I personally think so. But we'll see what we get here, as it's going to be the Unknown versus Canadian Carl, and as Swedish Sven mentioned, any wrestlers in the back are welcome. So we'll get to see exactly what we get right here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our main event of the evening, which will be for this, the BWF Winter Season Championship. Let's get things started, shall we? Of course, our first competitor, weighing at 100 and unknown pounds, and is challenging in the first ever first person to have their hat off match, the Unknown.
Well, you can call him brash, you can maybe call him a little bit arrogant at times, but at the end of the day, all you can call him is a potential BWF Winter Season Champion, as the Unknown has clearly established himself as one of the staples in this industry.
Weighing at 135 pounds, Canadian Carl!
Oh, Canada!
And there you see it again up on your screen, folks. The man hailing from Quebec coming out to the ring now and having a chance to make history once again. Already was part of that first ever no referee match in Season 1, and now gets to make history once again in the first ever hat match.
And now that we have our two competitors in the ring, I would like to open up to anyone who is left backstage to come out now, and we will introduce you once you get out to the ring.
Told you didn't have anyone else.
Yeah, nice marketing job, GM.
I swear I have some more wrestlers back there.
Might not want to participate in the first ever hat
You know why
match.
you're the GM? Because you have good marketing skills.
Well, this is ridiculous. I am not going to have the first ever hat match between two sucky wrestlers.
Sucky? How about you enter yourself in the match then?
I think I will.
What?
No, my
Swedish
word!
Sven, the rules.
Well, it appears our general manager wants to add himself into the match, and the Unknown won't even let him get
As I
started.
was saying, the rules have changed now. You see, I think that it will be the. Thank you very much, Canadian Carl. Jerk. The first person to get his other two opponents, two hats off their heads, will be crowned the winner of this match and the BWF Championship.
Is that all the rules?
That is all the rules, my
Can
friend.
we start the fight?
Oh, there we are. We are underway as Swedish Sven goes diving after the Unknown, and as being explained there by our general manager, it will now be up to the wrestlers to try and get both of their opponents' hats off their head simultaneously while still keeping their hat on their head. Makes a little bit more sense now, actually. As now Swedish Sven goes after the Unknown and drives his head right into the snow there. Nice DDT from General Manager. Didn't really know that he could wrestle, to be honest. There's a diving move from Canadian Carl coming right back. Lots of snow on the ground here in this one as he's going for a pin, and there's absolutely no pinning in this one. Unknown diving on top of our great General Manager. Still got some snow in his face. A little bit of an issue there. There's another nice suplex by Canadian Carl. Looks like Swedish Sven wants to do something here. Roll over neck breaker. And now the Unknown comes to do the same thing.
I can't see.
Canadian Carl having some vision issues as his hat has been pulled down in front of his eyes. Now the Unknown lifting our General Manager back to his feet. What will he do here as he puts him up over top of his shoulders, runs towards the fence, and that wasn't really much of anything. But what do you expect? It's the BWF winter season after all. Again, Swedish Sven coming after the Unknown, and it's a bit of a reversal there as he goes tossed down into the snow. And let's see what we get here. Unknown misses that. Now Swedish Sven comes in and just kind of gives him a bit of a bulldog rush over there. Now Swedish Sven's tossed back down to the ground by Canadian Carl.
Nice try, asshole.
Swedish Sven, not the most athletic General Manager that you've ever seen in a wrestling federation. Again, we'll mention that you guys are not watching any regular match here. This is the first ever hat match ever to take place in any wrestling organization in the world. As Swedish Sven again is tossed down to the ground, it will be up to these superstars to try and wrestle their opponents' hats off of their heads while still keeping theirs on. And obviously, the last man with a hat on his head will be crowned the BWF Winter Season Champion. There it is. The Unknown's hat is very easily pulled off right there as it comes off of his head, but it looks like he might have a chance to put it back on top of his noggin. Canadian Carl wrestling with Sven as he's able to give him an inverted suplex. Sven landing pretty hard on his head. Now the Unknown comes in with a drop kick applied to the chest of the General Manager. Now it's Canadian Carl and the Unknown locking hands once again. We've seen this before, folks. These guys have already had quite the storied feud in the BWF Winter Season, and it's kind of been out of necessity since the BWF really doesn't have too many wrestlers. Now the Unknown trying to throw Canadian Carl into a suplex here. Can't really do it, and he just gives up and tosses him into the snow. Swedish Sven applying the elbow drop as Canadian Carl is taking off his own hat. Now it looks like Swedish Sven is going for his patented sharpshooter, as we are being told that is his finisher. Swedish Sven applying the sharpshooter to Canadian Carl as the Unknown comes in to break that one up. Well, yet again, it's another rare treat here in the BWF as our General Manager has inserted himself into a match for only the second time, as now the Unknown is looking to pick up Swedish Sven and just tosses him right back down. Swedish Sven maintaining his toque on his head as the Unknown goes after Canadian Carl now, takes him down into the snow. Canadian Carl making his way back to his feet and the big spear applied to the General Manager, Swedish Sven. And again, you can see all that snow just flying around out here. Canadian Carl unable to see, and I think that he might have sacked our General Manager right in the gonads. My goodness, that looks like it hurt. Swedish Sven is writhing in pain. Canadian Carl still having some sight issues. May want to have chosen a better hat for this occasion. Nonetheless, it's the Unknown who appears to be climbing the fence now. Not sure exactly what he's got planned. As he raises himself up to the very tip-top on top of that fence, Canadian Carl comes over. He'll take the hat off of Swedish Sven's head and toss it all the way to that far fence. It might be hard to find from over there as the Unknown now comes crashing down off of the fence, and that was a complete miss that time as he was going for that big axe handle to the head of Canadian Carl and completely missed. Swedish Sven slowly coming back to his feet now. Almost took the hat right off of the head there of Canadian Carl, but if he was to do that at the moment, it would be the Unknown who would actually win. Swedish Sven maybe trying to dive up onto that fence. Oh, he's broken the fence. He's broken the fence again, folks. The fence is broken. Now he tosses him over to the other side on the other fence. Swedish Sven hanging on for dear life. He's going to be taken away by the Unknown. May have some plans here as both Canadian Carl and the Unknown team up on the Swede. The Canadian, the Swede, and a man from parts unknown. Those are the three combatants that you have to cheer for here in this match today as Canadian Carl wrestles the Unknown back down into that deep snow here in this backyard today. It's been some big white fluffy stuff that has been really getting tossed around here in this match today as Swedish Sven finds his hat and slowly puts it back on his head. He's now really back in the match. The Unknown going over toward maybe tending to that fence as Swedish Sven picks up Canadian Carl. Now he goes for a German suplex. Swedish Sven, you're Swedish, not German. Looks like the Swede is setting up for something here. Maybe looking to finish off his counterpart, Canadian Carl, who doesn't even really reverse out of that thing. And Swedish Sven goes falling down to the ground. Now Canadian Carl locking in that leg, and he's going to go and set in with this figure 4 leg lock applied to the legs of our general manager, who screams in pain. Canadian Carl may be looking to try and get himself out of this thing, and instead the Swede reverses it over. His legs seem to be really locked in there. Boy, that looked painful for both guys. Canadian Carl running away from the Unknown, who body checks him into the fence. Now the Unknown building up some momentum. Lots of snow in the face of Swedish Sven. Unknown trying to bring Canadian Carl to his feet. Now gives up on him and decides instead to go after the man with all the snow in his face. Knocks him to the ground. Unknown. Canadian Carl back to his feet. Canadian Carl maybe trying to set something up. Says, hey, Unknown, stay down there. Now looking for that leg drop, a bit of a scissor kick. Maybe shades of the good old Booker T right there. Minus the spinneroonie.
It's all over, baby.
Now Canadian Carl looking to take that hat off of Swedish Sven's head. He's already got the hat off of the Unknown. Now the Unknown comes in. Swedish Sven holding onto his hat for dear life right here. Now the Unknown coming in. Looks like he grabs a hold of Swedish Sven, who just kind of gives up, and oh my goodness, the pedigree applied to Swedish Sven, whose face again gets driven into that deep snow. Looks like Canadian Carl's trying to grab that hat, gets it off of Swedish Sven's head, but just as he did, the Unknown put his hat right back on. Swedish Sven's hat tossed aside as Canadian Carl and the Unknown get into it. Oh, that one crippled the Unknown as he goes toppling to the ground. Canadian Carl on top of him. Yeah, Swedish Sven's missing his hat right now. Canadian Carl still has his on. Looks like he might be going after the Unknowns right here. Gonna go for the hat, and it's off! There it is, folks! As Swedish Sven went looking for his hat, it gave Canadian Carl an opportunity to take the hat off the head of the Unknown. And Canadian Carl is your new BWF Winter Season Champion.
Oh, Canada.
Oh no, adding a little bit of insult to injury there for Swedish Sven. The champion decides to go right after him with his newly won title belt, and then applies the leg drop as well to the Unknown. Not playing favorites at all in this one, but just making a bunch of enemies. This will certainly be interesting to see what we get moving into episode 2.
I can't believe I lost. I can't believe I lost. Where's my hat? Where is my hat?
So, Chapeau, a 2